See, I'm Greek, but I've got this blondish hair, and I speak Southern, but I'm a Northerner, I swear. I wear a Scouse badge, but I've got a Manx soul. I've the energy of the young, but the cynicism of the old. I'm a jigsaw piece that you lost at 10. You see, I just don't seem to fit into your geographical stencil, your prescribed lies pencil. My demographics battling detrimental welfare cuts from elusive budgets, but I don't represent your ideology. As Kanye would quip, you can't marginalise me. I've the sand from two islands and the salt from two seas. My ma and pa fell in love in the 80s. Typical story. Young Brit abroad, Greek waiter, knocked her up, moved to England later. It was just fate. They were both from tourist towns, famous for gypsies and manual labour. If you lick me, you get a flavour of rock and tzatziki. In Greece, I get called Inglesikis, in Anglia, I'm just called Greeky. So when you ask me to speak on the details that make up the makeup of this weak male, you see in front of you my thoughts storm confusion. You see, I see upbringing as an illusion. I am nothing but a list of experiences with memories as fusion. Genetic code as a sort of GPS. My sister's ambition is my fuel and my gas. My schooling system is my wonky steering wheel, and the towns that I've lived in is the leather that you feel, and my friends, well, they're my mechanics. Grabbing control when I snooze, handing me bruise when I panic. I'm still being brought up, dragged up, drugged up. We're all trying to manage a little bit fucked up and damaged. See, I know these two kids with 2 kids and nothing but £2 who moved to a town that wasn't quite suited to raising children. They were full of love and fear and crazy too, mind. Daddy in 2 minds to grab the next flight back in the summertime. No sun out here, but the schools are good out here. Give it and the kids will be in university, give it a few years. It hurts to be away from all you've ever known. My dad sacrificed his livelihood to make this town his own. The beach wasn't basked in Mediterranean rays, more special brew and razor blades. Still, the waiting job paid. And winters and summers came, and the Greek discipline dismayed his creative offspring, keeping us away from the trouble that the tabloids were fear-mongering. We were stuck in every evening with Corrie and EastEnders as our friends were experimenting, so I let LimeWire raise me. Tupac taught me what it meant to be black in the Tupac was brought to me in the noughties and taught me what it meant to be black in the 90s. Inequality, police brutality. It seemed so fickle when my dad would get mad at me. I was locked into Eminem, reinventing his words with my pen, convinced it was okay to be crazy. My role model was talking about killing his wife and kidnapping his baby, and my dad was seriously trying to save me from the danger in the streets. Later, I discovered that his life had nearly been taken by a knife in Leighton, so I guess he sort of had to be scared for me. And my mum was too meek to even speak of the birds and the bees, but I'm an internet baby, so I let dial-up be my sexual awakening and a legitimate education. And to top it off, Morrissey marred my mixture with the knowing of self-deprecation. You could say that my eager identity was tripping balls, forged by sunshine withdrawals and a sense of being different in a town that seemed so distant, spoke down on by people of wisdom. But I'm proud that those that surrounded me were so dissident. The people need to do something to get the others listening, because we are the just about managing. Merging homework with pram pushing. We are the forgotten children that unfaithful parents left for Benidorm and easy jets. We are the povo porn article you just read. Another town too easy to forget. We stand still on standby and we stand alone. The 52 was 67 in a place where no one leaves their home. We are the bait for vindictive lies, addicted to nicotine dreams and Coca-Cola goals. We've been coldly sold with useless plasma screens for agoraphobic souls. We are the filters flicked in cobbled stones. We are the scaffolding of rejuvenation, our defiance, our salvation, cut off from your shard on an island landlocked in a nation where train prices make light work of your final destination. £90 for a chance to try. You can keep your aspirations, your cap and gown graduations. We are those that were never told their worth. Proof that Thatcher's legacy has worked. Our philosophers are in the pubs drinking dirt. Our professors are confessing in the stand. Our doctors are undressing in the sand. Potential pending phonetics that we aren't allowed to understand. We are your nana's nostalgia. Your daddy's grand night out, the North's answer to Vegas. We are home to Peter Kay, Roy Chubby Brown. We are the scroungers and the strivers. We are those that they have ladled into a bowl of battered ideas, buried under muted glories and muffled ears, confused socialists that have somehow supported Tories for years, because our schools don't do politics or university trips. We do crew cuts, camouflage, fish and chips, faith in farage, broken biscuits, cups of strong tea, hot pot with briskets, hopscotch trade over hot rocks in a hot spot of the nation's lowest life expectancy. It's hardly a scene your eyes want to see. It'll scorch you to the irises, this town on the Irish Sea, where a calm night can turn into a cacophony of catastrophe, 'cause he caught her looking at me, and this ain't a rave, no one's brought the MD, all these coke creatures craves a fuck, fight and party, 'cause our gates are open to the stags and the hens, smoking fags, and the men's causing trouble in the tens 'cause the teeny boppers are out. Girls with goosebumps as coats, replacing school ties for school thighs, while cruise guys gawk with the cork of coke's stopper inhibition. She's 14 years old, but he's got blurred vision, and she's probably given him drunken permission, so the court's probably not going to listen. And round the block, Johnny's getting rotten because his credits have been forgotten and the council tax is direct debited tomorrow. Might have to move to a hostel, so he's getting hostile reading the paper that the Asian sold him with a lost smile. It's a shame because he's been out of work for a while, so he wants to burn the place down, so he's planning to avenge what his forefathers fought for in the trenches. As Linda's getting drenched, dragging her feet back from the cemetery, she never meant to fall in love so carelessly, but now she's stuck with 2 kids, going on 3, cleaning jobs and her GCSEs. She lost a mum last week. And the teachers are getting tired to the back teeth with her eldest, with threats of young offenders, and she just doesn't have the strength to carry on. She's too proud to sign on or to loan to admit there's a definite work overload. Across the road, Rob sits and sips his Stella cold on his lips, tuning into post statistics. Wondering when he blinked and missed it. When did the terror tear up every spare bit of luck this country had? It's going to the dogs. I feel sorry for the young lads. And his young daughter aborts the plans she had, escaping warped Facebook walls to marvel at the glamour of Made in Chelsea, consigned to the idea of never making it because no one does around here. She just fakes it and uses her skills in makeup, hoping the sheen of a lipstick will protect her from the shit on the pavements. Of course, we've got things to offer. But last time I went back, the councillors stopped cutting the parks of grass, so the kids literally can't play ball. There were weeds 6 feet tall where we used to play, and you wonder why anger pervades like the sea's mist on mythical days. We're Atlantis with cancer. My town has been abandoned by its parents. Psychologically damaged, it fights through bureaucracy and snobbery to clamber onto a broken ladder of supposed prosperity, perspiring, never tiring of pointing out its younger self. I gave you joy, it shouts to its cousins in the south. I was the pinnacle of potential for those in the north. I was the golden mile. I was the first resort. Now Blackpool's just an old lady who's having problems trying to sleep. Smelling of alcohol and perfume that's cheap, she dreams of lost lovers, beauty contests, the grand, donkeys, towers, the Beatles, Dylan, promise, culture. She is sour, embittered, but she lives on in our memories, and she lives on in me. Although